Ada Olamuyiwa, often known as ARA, the remarkable queen of the talking drum. She is not only a talented female singer and entertainer, but also the cultural ambassador of Oni of Ife. She holds the distinguished title of being Africa's leading female drummer. ARA hails from Ondo State but was born in Lagos State. She earned her bachelor's degree in English language from Abrusali University in Epoma, Benin, Edo State. Her journey with the talking drum began at the age 5, and she has since graced various stages across Nigeria, sharing her mesmerizing beats. Recently, Ara Tonda, the queen of talking drum, returned from her European festival tour. She performed in festivals like Jean Fog del Mundo in Jaén, Café del Mar Tarifa in Cadiz, Sin Sal in Vigo, Imagina Funk in Pozo Alcon, and many more. In an interview with a correspondent from Broadway TV, she expressed,
"How was the tour like?"
The tour was wonderful and an eye-opener for me. Like you know, ARA has performed in different countries over the years. Performed in Canada, Jamaica, India, China, the UK, America, you name it. But I have never gone on tour back-to-back like I did on tour to Spain. I performed at 10 festivals, yes, within a month. So for me, the acceptance, the love has given me great hope. Not just for me, but for every female talking drummer that was inspired by ARA. I have been able to go open that door for them and create a market for them, and I know they will be accepted.
What stumbling blocks did you face during this tour, like in terms of your performances, the behavior of the fans, and the likes?
No stumbling block, I'll tell you. I've been ready for over 10 years for this.
Even in terms of technicality, everything went smoothly?
Everything went smoothly.
Okay.
I was not too sure that they were going to get the sound of the talking drum, but I was shocked. They did, and they gave me very good sound. So there was, I think the only thing would have been the language barrier, but thank God for technology, Google Translator. So we had to do that back and forth in understanding each other. But you know what? Music is a universal language. They didn't need to understand what I was saying. They just needed to hear the melody, the music, and then I took it upon myself to teach them some basics of the Yoruba language, which they couldn't stop. As a matter of fact, one of the promoters said, "Don't speak English to me, speak Yoruba. That's all I want," because they love the language.
When they say love, soon,
message you were trying to pass across?
First and foremost, let's start from the audition. A lot of upcoming artists went for that. So when I got there, people were like, "ARA, you're not an upcoming artist." And I said to them, for this next level of my career, I'm an upcoming artist. I need to humble myself and audition, which I did, and I knew that I was going to get this done. But I said this with all humility, not like I was overconfident, but when I was announced as one of the winners, because there were two, my joy knew no bounds. So for me, it's everything. And my motive was, I said to myself, you are the first female talking drummer. You have created a platform. Other girls are picking the talking drum because of you. I feel that the onus is on me to also create a market for them where they can sell their art. You know, they all look up to me. As a matter of fact, when I got back, they were at the airport to welcome me. I was so emotional because, you know, they caught me by surprise and all of that. So I am happy that I've been able to do that. I know, and I can hit my chest and say that as long as they work on themselves, because there's no room for mediocrity. Not just because you're a female talking drummer, you go out there. No, you've got to work on your act. You've got to put yourself together. Like I said, I've been ready for over 10 years to hit that stage. Yes, I've been ready, but I didn't even know I could go on stage for 2 hours non-stop. And people are still saying more. Then there were instances I had to go back after 2 hours because the people said they wouldn't go. They just wanted ARA to come back. So I'm really blessed.
Prior to this, how did you prepare for the audition? You said you've been ready for 10 years, but then we'd love you to enlighten us more, like to enlighten the others that will be coming after you. How exactly did you prepare, like step by step?
Thank you. ARA brand was created 23 years ago, the ARA brand, but ARA Lola, I've been a singer. My first time on television was in 1987. I've been a singer and drumming before then. Now, I was signed to a platform that gave me the opportunity to be heard. I was signed to that platform in the year 2000. My contract expired in 2007, which I left. Now, that platform drilled me, taught me a lot. And as at then, it was new because you could barely find a platform or an entertainment outfit that will pick up an artist and group them. So it was more like a military training, because talent is not enough. I learned a lot from that platform. I benefited a lot from that platform, but of course, as usual, we had a lot of issues that I don't want to talk about. So when my contract expired in 2007, I wasn't willing to sign anymore because I wasn't fairly treated at the time, and I realized that I needed to move, you know. So all the training I got as an artist, you need to apply yourself. Even if you have the best platform, if you do not apply yourself, that platform is useless. If you do not identify your calling as an artist and know that it's not just your talent, it's beyond entertaining. I tell you, there are about 7-point-something billion people on the surface of the earth, but not up to 1 million people are called stars, are looked up to. What does that tell you? In Yoruba, we say, shows that you are unique. There's something different about you. You're a gift to your generation, to the entire human race. So you should not take it lightly. Now, if I talk too much about that, I'll be diving into the spiritual. So let me come back to this. So as a talent, one of the TV station, TVC, the representative, mentioned about artists not recognizing and appreciating people who supported them up. Talent is never enough. You've got to understand that. You've got to have integrity. You've got to have good aura. Your energy must be right. Your vibes must be right. I was watching a video, a short clip on one of the blog on Instagram, and I think Sheyi Vibes was performing in Germany, and the audience was looking at him like, and so people were saying, when they say make you sing for English, you not sing, you know, only Yoruba. I'm saying it has nothing to do with language. When we were all dancing in Awilo, did we understand what he was saying? But we were moved by the melody, you understand? So Sheyi Vibes is a great artist, he's a great talent, but I don't know if that was his first time performing in Europe, I don't know. But I would say that they probably didn't feel his vibes, right? So Sheyi Vibes needs to give them some vibes, like some positive vibes. That's just my own advice to him. So now coming back to ARA now, discipline. Being disciplined is one thing that every artist must have. Every talent, every human that wants to attain some level of success, you must be disciplined. You must be determined. You must be dedicated. You must be focused. Yoruba will say, I will use a typical example of His Excellency, the President of Nigeria today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That man is a living example of being focused. Right. Everything was thrown at him to deter him, discourage him. But it got there. I look at him and I say, thank you, sir. Twale, because he has shown that, hey, if you want something so bad, you go for it. Irrespective of what people say, believe in yourself. He believed in himself. And it's there today. People might not agree. Some people agree, some people don't agree, but that's, you know, relative. Now, so every artist must be loyal to their act, to yourself. You want to be a star. Are you convinced that it's your calling? Or you want to be a star because Davido is a star? You want to be a star because Tiwa Savage is a star? You want to be a star because ARA is a star or Burna Boy? No. You need to know that there are artists who were playing juju before along the time King Sunny was playing juju. How many of them are still there? There are artists who've been singing like Stevie Wonder. How many of them are still there? So some people are going to fall along the way because they probably, it wasn't their calling. But though they felt like, oh, okay, I could do this. Oh, because A is doing it, then let me do it as well. So you've got to be sure of what your calling is. And music is like every other business. It takes time. You probably didn't know who I was until maybe today or maybe a few years ago. I don't know. But you've got to be consistent and be intentional about what you do. When I picked the talking drum, there were no females. And people were like, oh, Kilonche, why the talking drum? But if I go spiritual, I knew I was called to do that. Because I know exactly what I went through when I started playing it and the visitations I had. It's not just about music. It's also about a message to the world through the drum, because the drum speaks. You see, just like the Bible would say, God uses those foolish things, those things that we seemingly see as exactly. So, and the feedbacks I got while on tour, people DM coming to me and say they don't know what happened, but the vibrations, what they felt, the energy. Something happened to me at the airport over there. I was rushing to catch my flight with my guys, and this little baby, not up to a year old, staring at me. So I love children, so I walked up to her and I said, she said I should carry her. I carried her, she just put her head on my chest. So when I gave her back to her, then she refused to go. I tell you, I put that on my page. For the first time on my new IG page, because the other one was taken down, it's gathered so much views. People are saying different things about that. Of course, a lot of people, you know, are out there. People believe in reincarnation. You understand? What am I saying in essence? Vibes. You must make sure that as an artist, as a talent, a lot of people go on stage and really drop. I get high on my audience, on the energy, on the vibes that comes. So it's got to be real. You've got to be able to sustain that. You cannot sustain your career on drugs. You smoke, you drink, you go on stage, you're going to lose it at some point. So there's a lot to learn. But I'm giving it out there, dishing it out there to the younger generation out there. Keep it going. Keep being focused. Be loyal to your race, to your talent, until somebody sees you. Like I appeal to the OAPs. I don't beg them, please. We're not saying, oh, people shouldn't pay, especially for those who they say they know they don't have the talent, but then they want to. If they offer, why not? But when you see genuine talents, but they cannot afford, please support. Let us build this market. There's a market for it. There's a huge appetite for it out there, so that it will create more employment. Makeup artists, costumiers, graphic artists. It's durable effect on the economy.